Put on your seatbelt, check your mirrors. Let's begin.
Buckle up and get ready to talk about today's headlines and topics important to you. Here's Zach Cantu.
Chamber, of course, the business representation and advocacy and training. Chamber of Commerce. Yeah. I guess we can get the definition on that.
Yeah.
And what it means for us as a local
and
chamber.
What do they do for local businesses? What happens when you join? What does it take to join? There's a lot of little questions here that I feel like need to be answered for the general audience of people that aren't members of the Chamber of Commerce. And I'm sure there's plenty of them.
I know that we have Ralph Garcia from the Economic Development Office. He's on standby if you want to go pay some bills. And we can come back with Ralph Garcia from MEDC.
We can absolutely do that. Our friends at the McAllen Chamber of Commerce and beyond will be stopping by to say hello on this very special edition of your 956 Drive Home on 710 KURV.
And now, important moments in news history.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. Excuse me.
This has been important moments in news history. Zach Cantu, 710 KURV.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. Things are changing fast and no one knows what comes next. Times like these make you realize just how important it is to be prepared. That's where My Patriot Supply comes in. They're America's #1 most trusted resource for survival food, solar power, water filtration systems, and more. Go to preparewithamerica.com to unlock a special offer that'll help you get ready for whatever comes our way. Go to preparewithamerica.com to see the special offer right now. That's preparewithamerica.com.
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business one penny at a time.
Broadcasting from the Valley's commercial and fleet headquarters studio at PayneAutoGroup.com. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV.
Hey, thanks for joining us this Wednesday afternoon. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV, your 956 drive home. I'm Zach Cantu along with Sergio Sanchez. We're on the road. Very special edition of your 956 drive home at the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. Very snazzy place, snazzy building, wonderful people, the biggest of brains that help cultivate the flow of business commerce around our community here. And Sergio Sanchez is here sitting next to me, and we're about to introduce our next guest.
I lovingly refer to him as Ralphie Boy. Ralph Garcia is with the McAllen Economic Development Corporation and has been with MEDC how many decades now, Ralphie?
This coming May, I'll celebrate 25 years.
25 years with economic development. Do me a favor, Ralph. You see what I'm doing, holding to the microphone?
Yep.
Okay. Grab your little Star Trek dribble, bring it up to your mouth here like a microphone. 25 years.
25 years. Yep.
So you started with I was going to say Keith Patrick. How you doing, Keith? He's probably listening in out there with Mike Allen.
Yes.
Who the rumor was that Mike Allen was hired because his name sounded like McAllen, but that's not true.
His famous line was Mike Allen from McAllen.
By McAllen, yeah. Mike Allen, formerly a man of the cloth.
Yep.
Who worked to fight poverty. And at some point he had the epiphany and figured out, you know what, the best way to fight poverty is a good job.
Yeah.
So let me work with McAllen, set up an economic development entity and recruit in the age of NAFTA, where they could set up industry just south of the border, factories, multinational factories, and then on this side, the logistics side. And here we are, brother, all these years later, 30 some odd years later.
Yep.
And now they're building on our side. So for folks who have been living under a rock that are new and listening only to the drive home on a daily basis, describe for me again the major announcement just days back.
Sure.
Of the French auto electronics video, manufacturer, that big tier one manufacturer that's coming to the air, what it means to us.
Sure. It's a $225 million investment to the community. Impact is a little up to about 500 jobs, but it's even more than that. It's bringing now manufacturing into the community, true manufacturing that's high tech. And so it's giving the talent that we have leaving the community that are graduating on an annual basis, from UTRGV or from South Texas College. We're giving those opportunities for them to stay here, to be local, for folks to come back home if there's an opportunity in this new operation. But it's also highlighting how McAllen is strategically located for operations and opportunities like this. So other companies are now looking at that. And that's important for us as well.
What's the annual salary, más o menos, for people that will be working for this French manufacturer, this Valio company?
We're estimating it's the hourly pay, including benefits, is roughly about $80 an hour. Average $80 an hour.
80.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. It's high paying jobs,
Yeah.
good quality opportunities, a lot of automation in the process. So the company is excited about what they're doing, and they're excited to be doing it here in McAllen.
A lot of brain power that's needed for this. I would suspect a lot of elevated, high technical training. Have people been training already in the area for this?
Not yet. So as they're just now starting the construction of the operation, the facility, we'll probably get to a point at the end of this year where they'll start doing the recruitment effort with the HR team, the workforce development team, and then also with the local colleges and universities. So
Ralph Garcia is with the McAllen Economic Development Corporation. We are broadcasting today's special edition of The Drive Home from the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, as the McAllen Chamber of Commerce is the gathering point 5 p.m. today. There will be a celebration from all top leadership and friends of the community. We're celebrating a 5-star rating for the McAllen Chamber of Commerce from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And we first found out about this at McCreary Aviation. We're doing a broadcast. And Roy Cantu was there, and Liz Suarez, our chamber director, was there. And they explained to us that this designation, this 5-star designation for the McAllen Chamber, that's a pretty big deal. It's like only top 5%, or
it's less than 2%.
Less than
chambers
2%.
in the United States have this accreditation. We're excited to see it come here to McAllen. A lot of it is hard work, under Liz's leadership. I think the team from the chamber has been actively working on this. Jorge Sanchez, I think from the team directly, has been the one involved in putting the application together, getting it submitted, making sure that all of his programs and all the programming that the chamber does is included in that. Mm-hmm. It's part of that evaluation process, but that's how you get accredited for that. So we're excited about it.
Can you give us an idea of what that's like, the evaluation process, and what can go wrong?
I didn't do it. I know Jorge and the team did, so they would probably be the better ones to answer that. But I will tell you, it's a lot of detail. It's a lot of information. I know it took him a long period, and I say a long period, a couple of months to put all that information together and make sure that the application was done correctly. Quality of life is one of the aspects that business is always looking at. And then the local business community is also engaging and saying, how do we grow our business? How do we, where do we fit in this model of the community? And then we tackle industry. And so combining all three of those, I think you're seeing that, the accreditation is extremely important. It takes McAllen to another level, especially here in the Rio Grande Valley and South Texas, for that matter. But it's even more exciting to us because, again, it's new investment that drives that. It's new business that's coming up in the community. And then, of course, the quality of life. All of those aspects are key to whether it's a small business that's looking at growing in McAllen or industry.
I know why McAllen, in part one, it was a Primo Sanchez, a Jorge Sanchez that put everything together. The president, winning president had to be a Sanchez. Ralph Garcia with the McAllen Economic Development. We're broadcasting from the McAllen Chamber. Congratulations to our McAllen Chamber. 5-star rated McAllen Chamber. And the United States Chamber of Commerce says that. We'll find out what that means for us as far as maybe national exposure or how it puts us on a different platform when it comes to businesses looking at the area. You in the business realm of recruiting businesses to the area. This is really got to help, grease the skids. Hey, look at what we got in the area, right? Because it says a lot about the community when you are recruiting more industry.
Yeah, those accolades are important, especially when we're competing at a national level or a state level. When you hear those little accolades, things that set you apart from others, business wants to know why. What makes McAllen so different, and so that draws interest to come down, visit, and then they see firsthand what's going on. They like it. And it creates opportunities for us here.
Yeah, and part of that quality of life would be all the food trucks we have here at the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, right? Taco trucks, pizza trucks.
And it's interesting. I showed that last night, and I just see it was bad. So those little things, those aspects of quality of life are important to a lot of different individuals, and they're not just coming from McAllen.
Coming up after the 956 Drive Home with Zach Cantu, it's the Michael Berry Show at 6, followed by the Scott Jennings Show at 8 on News Talk 710, KURV, and on the Radio Part Me app.
Experience everything Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh has to offer. Service, selection, and quality. Indulge yourself with bold design and set the standard with comfort and performance in a new 2026 Cadillac XT5 Luxury. Lease one now for just $549 per month during the Cadillac Spring Sales Event. More style, more innovation, more you. Make your move. Set yourself apart and discover a new standard of luxury ownership. Visit us online at BertOgdenCadillac.com or come in today to Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh, where legends are made. Dale gas!
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
This is Fox on Justice. It's the first conviction of the Take It Down Act, a bill passed last year championed by First Lady Melania Trump. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt highlighted the milestone
that protects victims from non-consensual, AI-generated, sexually explicit images, cyber stalking, and threats of violence.
A man from Columbus, Ohio admitted to using more than 100 AI models to harass victims and share nude posts that were real or AI generated. James Strawler II created fake pornographic videos of women and sent those clips to their coworkers. Strawler also created and posted obscenities and pornographic videos of children in his community. Among his charges, Strawler pleaded guilty to the publication of digital forgeries, which falls under the Take It Down Act. It's just one bill aimed at tackling the current dangers of artificial intelligence. The First Lady shared a statement with Fox News saying that she is proud to have worked with Congress to protect victims from these kinds of crimes. Alex Hogan, Fox News.
All these accolades, designations, accreditations, we're hot stuff. The RGV is. And we're building, and there's a synergy between all of us in South Texas right now, where we're taking it to exponentially taking it to the next level. Again, congratulations to the McAllen Chamber of Commerce for their 5-star rating. And thank you, Ralph.
Oh, thank you.
You wouldn't be interested in maybe give me a little hint of the next, big announcement coming out here pretty soon in McAllen, big manufacturer. You can tell nobody's listening right now. Like seriously, no one's listening. You can tell me. You can tell me in Zach. He won't say anything.
Our secret.
Yeah.
I'll keep you guys guessing.
Pinky promise.
I'll keep you guys guessing just for a little bit longer.
Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great?
I want something good in the air. Cheesecake Factory.
But it's funny that you mentioned that. As you continue to see, they just had that groundbreaking ceremony on the property on the corner of 10th and Expressway 83. You're going to see those type of investments playing out.
Oh yeah,
and that draws interest from different groups that are out there that are looking at our market. Our market sometimes isn't completely understood. They look at the valley just as a valley, but when you look at our international metro and the amount of money that's coming in from Mexico, that paints a very different picture. And so a lot of times it's helping those businesses understand what the true opportunity is here. And with accreditations like the Chamber today announcing that 5-star accreditation, it just adds a lot of value to that message.
Man, if you look at it from the Eagle's perch, the regionalism, not only all of the Rio Grande Valley, but also northern Mexico, like the millions just south of us, a little bit west of us, and Monterrey, the buying power, the manufacturing capacity, the education capacity, distribution capacity for all that. It's Rioplex, like Joaquin Spalmer and all the gang talked about, the Rioplex region, northern Mexico and southern Texas. I asked this, again, we brought up regionalism this morning, the State of the City. Yes, we did. We are already working with each other, going back and forth. And is it time for a Rio Grande Valley, RGV, Metropolitan Statistical Area, RGV MSA? I think just by the numbers themselves prove it. We are one entity. Maybe that would help us recruit a bit better.
It could. Future. I mean, we have synergies between communities. We truly do. We work well with our counterparts in Mission, our counterparts in Edinburgh, and those relationships are important. We actually had a site selector here this week that was visiting with us. And one of the questions he asked, if we were to look at a project in this area and, we're looking at McAllen, but if we looked at one of your neighboring cities, do we continue to work with you? And my response was, historically, that's not how it works, but we have worked to where if a community is of interest to you, we will point you in the right direction, connect you with the right individuals. Everything that the communities are going to offer you is fairly similar, unless there's something very unique that you're bringing to the table that maybe the community is adding more of an incentive or more of something to attract you there. But at the end of the day, we're all selling from the same pool of people. Our regional numbers are what help us be competitive in the market. So to me, I think we're already working regionally. You have, folks like Rioplex, folks like CoStep that are out there working that regional fashion. RGV partnership is out there looking at the legislative agenda. All of those are key. I think if, they continue to do what they're doing, they're promoting the region, they're bringing those opportunities to the table to us. And we're excited about it, whether it's me or my neighbor in Mission or someone in FAR. For us, it's good opportunities. we're funded by the city of McAllen, so we got to make sure we're responsible to the citizens and making sure that their tax dollars are being used to attract investment directly for them here. But it doesn't keep us from networking and partnering with our neighbors.
I have to say, just in a closing thought, those force fields are going down.
Yeah.
I have seen for many years now this Friday night football mentality, this parochialism starting to crumble, where that question that came up, say somebody, hey, we're talking to, I don't know, city of Donna. They got a new international base. Can we continue working with you? What I understand, the borders of working for McAllen Economic Development. But I've seen it from you. I've seen it from Mission.
Sure.
I've seen it from Edinburgh, Brownsville. Everybody's saying, yes, whatever you need.
Absolutely.
Whatever we can help you with. Whatever.
Absolutely.
Let's go. That's the way to keep
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Because our citizens benefit. If a company opens in one of our neighboring cities,
they go work over
employment is going to draw people there.
Mhm.
And so it feeds us back at the end of the day because those employed dollars are being spent in our community.
Yes,
so
sir.
we're
Rafi,
excited about it.
Thank you for joining us, Ralph.
No, our pleasure.
Ralph Garcia from the Economic Development Office for the City of McAllen. Let's close out this segment.
You're listening to 710 KURV. We're talking about the 5-star accreditation that the McAllen Chamber of Commerce picked up from the U.S. Chamber. We'll be talking more about that for the duration of your 956 drive home, which means more up next on 710 KURV.
Coming up after the 956 drive home with Zach Cantu, it's the Michael Berry Show at 6, followed by the Scott Jennings Show at 8 on News Talk 710, KURV, and on the Radio Parmy app.
Was some lady who didn't like the balloons that they had set up.
If you're looking for the perfect lunch spot that checks all the boxes, I got the place for you. It's called Zamora's Restaurant. Something for everybody there. Zamora's Restaurant has you covered with delicious lunch specials, authentic Mexican dishes like enchiladas and tacos, caldo de res, and service that makes you feel right at home. So whether you're stepping out for a quick lunch break or a meeting with the coworkers or just sitting down with family and friends, right? Everybody wants a home-cooked meal, but nobody wants to cook at home. And that's where Zamora's comes in. Zamora's Restaurant is the place to be with flavorful plates, fresh ingredients, and a welcoming atmosphere that's perfect for business meetings or casual get-togethers. And let's not forget the friendly staff that treats you like family from the moment you walk in. With 3 convenient locations in Edinburgh and in McAllen, great food is always nearby. So stop by today for lunch at Zamora's Restaurant and turn any meal into a great experience.
I love the experience of walking into a store that has stuff that interests me. As you're standing there, you can tell that these guys are passionate about what's happening there. That's exactly how it feels at South Texas Outdoor Kitchens. Over 10 manufacturers of different barbecue grills and smokers, and each one of those has another 10 in its lineup that does anything that you can imagine. Big Green Eggs, Traeger pellet grills, the selection is excellent and the experience is unlike anything else. I mean, I never knew I was going to enjoy smoking out of a Pits and Spits smoker. I never even heard of it, but what a game changer to my outdoor cooking arsenal. And endless aisles of spices, marinating devices, cutting boards, things you don't even know exist. Different appurtenances to help you discover that master outdoor chef that lives inside of you. You simply don't know what you don't know, but you can learn. Come walk the store and see what we've got going on at South Texas Outdoor Kitchens. South Texas Outdoor Kitchens on the expressway across from the Shrine.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-555-2085, 800-555-2085, or biglou.com. You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-555-2085, 800-555-2085, or biglou.com.
Generation Z are the unfortunate ones born between 1997 and 2012. I say unfortunate because they arrived into a world of handheld instant communication, entertainment, and medical care that even Star Wars did not foresee. But they're plagued with anxiety, hopelessness, and fear. Here's why. I'm Kim Commando for Improved Life GLP-1 Support, clinically studied ingredients to boost energy and metabolism. Get up to 37% off plus free shipping and a bonus gift at improvedlife.com/Kim. The world is not what Gen Z was told it would be. They're surrounded by 24/7 online friends, all falsely depicting their lives on social media as this endless, carefree, and fun time. They graduate college unable to understand why high-paying jobs are not just given to them. A quarter regret even going to college. Gen Z is proof positive that when you promise everything, fulfillment, fame, and fortune for free, the results will be disastrous. Get my free newsletter at getkim.com. Spring is here, and summer's coming faster than you think. And if you've been telling yourself you'll start next week, next month, it's time to stop waiting. Your metabolism does not fix itself, but you can support it. I worked with a team of experts to create Improved Life Metabolism, and I'm so proud of what we built. It's packed with clinically studied ingredients that work with your body to support energy, fat burning, and your metabolism the way it's supposed to work. No crash diets, no extreme workout plans you'll quit by April. Just real science-backed support your body can actually use every single day. Thousands of people are already seeing results. And the best part, it's in stock right now. No wait lists, no back orders. Go to improvedlife.com/Kim and get up to 37% off, plus free shipping and a bonus gift. That's improvedlife.com/Kim. Because summer bodies are made in March, not in June. Start today.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
Fox News, I'm Tom Graham. A ceasefire with Iran is open-ended, with planned peace talks between the U.S. and Tehran on hold.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt is knocking down reports that President Trump is extending a ceasefire for only a matter of days.
The president has not set a firm deadline to receive an Iranian proposal.
Leavitt says the president is providing flexibility because she says Iran's leadership is in a battle between pragmatists and hardliners.
Fox's Jared Halpert at the White House. 2 people dead, 19 hospitalized after a chemical leak near Charleston, West Virginia. Happened at the Catalyst Refiners plant, a silver recovery business.
They're decommissioning the tank. That's when the explosion occurred and the leak.
Kanawha County Emergency Management Director C.W. Sigmund. Several of those injured are first responders. America is listening to Fox News.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast. Partly cloudy, warm tonight. Lows only falling into the mid-70s. Periods of clouds and sun for Thursday. Breezy in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 80s to mid-90s. Rinse and repeat for Friday, but mostly cloudy and humid too. Highs again in the upper 80s to mid-90s. Hot and humid Saturday with clouds and sun. Highs in the upper 80s to mid 90s. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
For the latest news
happening now,
and to find out what's happening in rich, clear audio, just say, Alexa, play 710 KURV.
Happy to have you here this Wednesday afternoon. You're listening to 710 KURV, your 956 drive home. I'm Zach Cantu with Sergio Sanchez. Special broadcast today. We're on the road. One of the many hearts of McAllen, the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. And we're here for a very special occasion. The guys at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce recognized McAllen Chamber of Commerce. They've got a 5-star accreditation. They've got 5 stars now. And that is a lot to talk about. We got plenty of people that are stopping by to say hello to us and explain what all that means, plus the role of the McAllen Chamber and the U.S. Chamber and what have you here today. Sergio Sanchez is bringing plenty of people on by. Introduce our next guest here.
A friend of many years, Leah and her husband, Lou Woodridge, with visitmcallen.com. She will be the one in charge, Zach, to take the 5-star rating, putting it on Frisbees and baseball caps and T-shirts and merching the whole thing so we can make some money off of it. I'm thinking that's the way we can make some money off of this, right, Lee?
Well, the Chamber's always looking for some way to do something entrepreneurial.
Uh-huh.
But Visit McAllen is the Convention and Visitors Bureau division of the Chamber. So we're really actively always trying to promote the destination. And our sales team is always actively promoting us as the premier destination in South Texas for conferences and conventions and sports. We're doing a little bit of everything.
Maybe 5 huge neon stars on top of the chamber. One big old 5 that you can see from space, like 5-star rated.
And then a drone show that can fly over that.
Now,
That's such
now
a
we're
good
talking.
idea.
Right?
Actually, that's a really good idea.
That's a
We
destination.
can put it over the food truck part. That'd be
Yes,
great. I love that.
absolutely.
Well, speaking of destination events or destination, places for family, quality of life. Tell folks real quick about visitmcallen.com, your gig here in McAllen day to day.
So me and my team, we've got the honor of promoting McAllen as a destination. And so you know that there's so much going on here and there's always something amazing to do. The city's done an incredible job of creating a portfolio of events that just blows everybody out of the water. But what we're doing at Visit McAllen on the sales side is our team is really promoting the destination as a place to come to host conferences and conventions, sports tournaments. Our sports tourism manager works really closely with the Parks and Recs team to do that. And our sales manager for conventions works really closely with the convention center team. And we've done really great things in bringing some great conferences. As a matter of fact, today is the last day for the Texas Association of Museum Conference, and they have not been here in the Rio Grande Valley since 1975.
Yeah.
And so that organization is here. They've had about 400 people come through for that conference. And needless to say, they had a great time.
We had an extended conversation with Frank Guajardo on Monday. Well, actually, I recorded him late last week.
Yes.
And he was, I just find it amazing that it's been over a generation. People visited McAllen back in the late 70s. If they're still with the Texas Museum Association, I bet they arrived and said, what? Did we happen to land in San Antonio? Like, what is this? They probably didn't recognize the place.
Everybody was blown away. You know, if you think about it, what has transpired here in McAllen since 1975, there was no convention center campus. And, the Museum of South Texas History didn't look like it does now. And so there's just so many wonderful things that have happened. And I would love to say that everybody was pleasantly surprised and had a great time.
And Frank Guajardo, the director of the museum, was in diapers back then. So everything looked different back then. Lee Woodridge from visitmcallen.com joining us.
There's a lot. Okay, this is an understatement, but there's a lot of stuff that is going on in McAllen. There's a lot that McAllen has to offer. How are you able to zero in on everything for your campaigns? Are they seasonal? Do you come up with different themes? How do you funnel everything in?
Got it. So trying to promote the destination for conferences and conventions is sort of a constant and a steady, right? There's always that availability that we've got with the convention center campus, with our sports parks. But on the flip side to that, one of the things that we do in partnership with the chamber and also with the city, because we're a division of the chamber, and as we're trying to drive tourism and we're trying to drive consumer traffic, we also want to make sure we're highlighting chamber members and small business. And so as we're doing marketing campaigns for our small businesses, we want to make sure that we're including those visitors that are coming in. We know McAllen is a destination for shopping, and they come for the mall and they come for big box stores, but we want to make sure those visitors know what kind of incredible small businesses and locally owned restaurants we have. So we do 3 to 4 different campaigns throughout the year in partnership with the city. And what that does is it gives these small businesses the power of these co-op marketing programs, because, you know, small businesses, they may have 5 people, they might be 1 person, and they may not have a marketing agency or a designated marketing person. And so they get over $5,500 worth of marketing value out of these campaigns just for being a chamber member. And so we've really loved doing that. So we do 4 of those a year. We do a holiday shopping tour, we do a spring shop hop, and we do 2 foodie tours where we're really trying to drive people to our locally owned restaurants.
I can do that. The foodie tour?
Oh, yeah.
Do you put them like on a charter bus and run around? Because if so, I'll need 2 seats, by the way, on the charter
And a
bus.
pair of stretchy pants.
Yeah.
We're going to have to cart them from place to place, like in Wall-E. Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie. Wally, I love that movie. Leah Woodridge with visitmcallen.com. On the flow chart of chamber and functions and recruitment and activity, where does visitmcallen.com fall on that flow chart when you compare the convention center, right, and the actual chamber,
right,
and other organizations that are actively working to bring people to the area?
So we're a division of the chamber.
Okay.
So we're a department, but we are funded separately. We're funded solely by the hotel occupancy tax.
Okay.
And the convention center is a city department.
Okay.
So they're city, we're within the chamber.
But you will shovel business over to the convention center. Hey, we got this
Absolutely.
industry or trade group or religious group, and they want to do
Yes.
like a state convention. You get them over there, something like
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
How do you recruit into Mexico now?
Into Mexico.
Mhm.
So we work with the city, and we have Live the McAllen Experience, which is the McAllen brand in Mexico. And so through our co-op marketing program, we are always running campaigns through social media, through print, through radio, through billboards, you
Yeah.
name it.
Still very aggressive, right? Still
Yes,
a
absolutely.
good
Absolutely.
portion of the advertising budget.
Yes.
Selling Monterrey, Saltillo, and other
Our
places.
drive markets are
Come over
very
here.
important. Absolutely.
All right. From visitmcallen.com, Lee Woodridge joining us. You and I talked off here about this a little bit.
Mhm.
If we don't make the effort to tell our story, as we have seen at the national level, the reason so many people are surprised when they visit this area to see how beautiful it is, how peaceful it is, how inviting, rich, delicious, vibrant it is, and prosperous it is. What I didn't know this. It's because of all the crap, the focus, hyper focus on negative press, national and regional. They have no idea how good it is in McAllen, which is fine with me. I'm enjoying it. We'd like to see some good families down here. We don't tell a story. We'll at least tell a war story.
Right.
Right.
So it's our job to tell those good stories. There's so much to offer here. And I can tell you, the hospitality here is second to none. I was actually having this conversation with one of the attendees at the Texas Association of Museum Conference, and she had lived here for a short time back in the earlier 2000s. Wasn't from here originally, and I'm not from here originally, but as many say, I got here as fast as I could. But I've been here 30 years. I grew up in DC, then lived in Houston, then lived in LA. I've lived in Las Vegas. There is no place like the Rio Grande Valley. There's no place like McAllen. And the hospitality here is second to none. This is a place where when you come, you're not a stranger, you're family.
We have a convention center that is built for good size, regional, industry, and other trade group conventions. What would you say? This might be more, but you probably know what the ratio would be when it comes to trade shows and conventions versus the other events that we see, big items, even from Mexico, concerts and comedy groups. So entertainment versus actual trade shows when you get hundreds of folks to come here with their kids and stay at the hotels. How much of the business at the convention center right now is the actual business side of it, like the actual conventions and the trade shows that are bringing in all the people? You know what I mean?
That's a more direct question for Yahaira Flores, who's their director. She can give you more specific, but they do an amazing job over there as well. And so, I think people think about the convention center and they think special events, but they do 800 events there a year. And that could be from a board meeting to a conference to a trade show, you name it. But they are doing that almost every single day.
Yeah, sometimes 2 or 3 at a time with all the different rooms
absolutely.
that they have. One of them coming up is Comic-Con.
Do you have people come up to you from out of town and ask you, well, hey, where are the best places to go?
Oh, all the time.
What do you tell them?
Well, it depends on what's going on. If we've got special events going on, we want to make sure that they're getting that. We had a conference here 2 weeks ago, and their advanced team had gotten here early, and it just happened that we had Market on Main here on Main Street, which is a chamber and a city collaboration. We had over 200 vendors, 3 different stages with music and entertainment. And so that was going on during the day. So we told them, make sure you go check out Market on Main. But then when you get back in the evening, Mija Fest was happening at the convention center out in the park, and it was free. And they were like, oh my goodness, there is so much to do here. And that's just a snippet of what goes on in the city. So it just sort of depends on the weekend, but there's always something amazing happening.
Yeah, my answer would be Santa Fe Steakhouse, Taco Palenque, or Palenque Grill, and the pretzel place in the mall. Oh, I love those.
And Visit McAllen is not just for out-of-towners. It's also for people that are here and in the surrounding area who want to find out, hey, what's going on for the weekend?
Absolutely.
So where can people get that? Sorry, you were about to plug it.
That's okay. Visit McAllen.com, or they can check out our social media as well. There's always a lot of information about what's happening.
A big hug to Luke. Thank you for joining us, Lee. Great
Thank
to see
you for your time.
Lee
Appreciate
Woodridge
it.
with Visit McAllen.com. Go look for it. And as Zach was saying, go find some great stuff to do with the family, with the babies every weekend at visitmcallen.com.
You're listening to 710 KURV special live broadcast at the McAllen Chamber of Commerce as they're getting their 5-star accreditation. We'll be talking more about that on the program coming up. Stick around. Stay tuned. You're listening to 710 KURV.
News, information, and entertainment in crystal clear digital quality. Download the Radio Parmi app and listen to News Talk 710 KURV and our family of Radio United broadcast and digital stations. The Radio Parmi app. Download it now.
I've been telling you guys this for a while now. I know we're coming up on the end of April. But how's your New Year's resolution? I love bringing that up, right? How's your New Year's resolution doing? Have you been losing weight? Did you gym membership already? I got something easier. Little baby step increments towards better health. That's Dr. T's Primary Care. That's right. Improve your overall health and have a better quality of life. Fix all those little biological things that have been ailing you. Stuff that you realize, stuff that you don't realize, stuff that is driven by your hormones. Dr. T's Primary Care, that's one of their big specialties, is making sure that you are hormonally balanced. Get the evaluation. Let them check you out and talk to them. They'll explain to you what all these numbers are for, why they're important, how they interact with each other, and why you need to take control of them, from your cholesterol to your A1C to your organ function, all that stuff. It's very important. And I've been doing it. And it's just, hey, from one day to the next, smarter decisions. They'll line that up for you at Dr. T's Primary Care. If you're somebody who thinks you might have low testosterone, Dr. T's Primary Care offering services for men and women in primary care, low testosterone, menopause treatment, peptide treatments, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call them 956-803-0058 and Harlingen 956-368-5247. That's drtsprimary.com. Dr. T's, primarycare.com.
They say that actions speak louder than words. So we'll let the all-new, state-of-the-art BMW of FAR show you what that means. Choose from an incredible selection of new BMWs and get exceptional service today. Right now, you can lease a 2026 BMW X3 30X Drive, just $569 a month, with $52.99 due at signing. Come see why BMW has always been known as the ultimate driving machine. Visit the corner of Expressway 281 and Owassa in FAR. Come find your new BMW today at BMW of FAR, a Bird Ogden Auto Group dealership.
I wasn't expecting it, but once you see who built the modern education system, everything clicks. Death of Recess. It comes from Angel Studios. It's not really about recess. It's about control. This documentary exposes how the classroom didn't just evolve. It was intentionally designed, standardized, and centralized. Powerful institutions shaped it, and now they protect it. Billions of dollars flow through education organizations while test scores collapse. Parents were pushed out. Bureaucracies grew stronger, and kids lost freedom. This film examines how controversial gender ideology entered classrooms, all while families are told to stay quiet. Institutions protect themselves, not the children. This system didn't fail by accident. It calcified. And if we don't challenge it, it will not change. That's why independent platforms matter. Angel Studios is willing to distribute stories that mainstream outlets won't touch. Watch it for yourself, then decide. Visit angel.com/SJ today to watch Death of Recess on the Angel Guild.
You're just minutes away from the top of the hour news with Fox News Radio. Stay tuned for the latest headlines. News Talk 710 KURV.
Oh, yeah. Happy Wednesday. We're on the road today. We're out of mission into the city of McAllen. One of the hearts, many, many hearts in the city of McAllen is the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. It's where all the commerce happens. Well, it's really the regulator to all the commerce that happens in the city of McAllen. We'll be talking about more of that, how it works, who's a part of it, how to become a part of it, things like that, what they do, their services, and what they provide to the community and making all of this progress. You know what I mean? All of that on the program today. We've talked to some great people so far. We've got more coming your way on the program today. But we are here because of the 5-star accreditation from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce for the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. This is a big deal.
The 5-star rating for the city of McAllen, the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, comes at a time that I suppose I could refer to this as a cherry on top, with more cherries to come for the Valley. All the news that's taking place in South Texas with the industry that's coming here, the jobs that are being created, the billions upon billions of dollars private sector money that's being injected into the community. And with it comes all the ancillary projects that are needed, the infrastructure, the drainage, water purification systems, the power generation systems, the wider, fatter roads, the business parks. All of that is at play right now in the Valley.
You ever hear people complain that, oh, the Valley doesn't have this, or McAllen doesn't have that. I wish they had this. I wish they had that.
Somebody wasn't paying attention. Yeah,
it's coming now.
Yeah,
you got to keep those eyes open.
Yeah. So we'll continue our conversation next hour. Special edition of the Drive Home from the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. I wonder if, you know how they do the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
The red carpet?
Well, yeah, maybe they should have done like 5 stars. Like on the ground,
here. Outside,
outside, have like 5 stars to celebrate the fight. Which, by the way, is a 5-star rating for the next 3 years.
Oh,
I just found out.
Oh, they got a window. Yeah. Okay, before
they
have
3 years
evaluated.
To perfect the next proposal. Make sure to keep.
So we're going to go into detail about this in the next hour, right?
10-4. I got a primo. Jorge Sanchez coming up.
All right. We're live from the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV, very special edition of your 956 Drive Home.
News Talk 710 KURV, the Rio Grande Valley's news and talk station, with top and bottom of the hour news and weather updates every hour. KURV keeps you informed, keeps you updated throughout the day and night. Tune in to our local talk shows featuring news-making guests discussing topics that matter to you and your family. For over 75 years, bringing you the news and history-making news events, broadcasting live and local in the Rio Grande Valley. News Talk 710 KURV, KURV.com, and on the Radio Parami app. If you want breaking news, business insights, and community updates right at your fingertips, follow us now on Instagram at 710 KURV. Stay connected with the Rio Grande Valley's pulse of Valley business. Anytime, anywhere. Get exclusive content, behind the scenes moments, and the stories that matter most to you. Follow us now on Instagram at 710 KURV. Stay informed, stay connected. News Talk 710 KURV, the pulse of Valley business.
A top name in artificial intelligence believes that AI doesn't have to mean the end of Hollywood blockbusters. Rory O'Neill explains.
The CEO at OpenAI, Sam Altman, thinks Hollywood will actually double down on humans in movies. He tells Variety the growth of AI will make audiences more eager to see real people making films. Recently, Altman and Disney had a falling out, but Altman is hopeful the two companies will work together again soon. Altman spoke about the role of government in AI too, telling Variety, quote, "I think some regulation will be important."
Anthropic is getting an investment from Amazon that could hit $25 billion. For its part, Anthropic says it plans to spend $100 billion on Amazon Web Services over the next decades. And Anthropic's advanced AI model Mythos Preview is reportedly being used by the National Security Agency. Axios says the secretive U.S. spy agency is now using the powerful system that Anthropic is keeping out of the hands of the public. Tech Report, I'm Mark Mayfield.
History's unfolding, and you're listening to it on News Talk 710 KURV, Edinburgh, McAllen, Harlingen, Brownsville.
There's no time limit. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt responding to reports that the ceasefire with Iran will only be in effect for a couple days, telling Fox's Martha McCallum the president wants a unified answer to the U.S. proposal.
The fact that they cannot send a unified message yet, which is why the president decided to extend the ceasefire, just shows how effective Operation Epic Fury truly was.
And Leavitt says the president will not budge on Iran not having nuclear capability.
There's a lot of internal division over there. The president understands that, and so we await their response.
The naval blockade in Iran remains in place, and Iran's military is keeping the Strait of Hormuz closed during the ceasefire. This as the Pentagon has just announced Navy Secretary John Phelan is leaving the administration effective immediately. Undersecretary Hung Cao will become the acting Navy Secretary. Houston now limiting cooperation with ICE.
Less than a month after voting to limit Houston cops' work with ICE, the city's council has reversed course, taking out language that requires a judicial warrant to take people into custody. The change now recognizes ICE administrative warrants for enforcement. Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott said the original ordinance violated terms that gave the city $110 million in state grants to bolster security for World Cup games it will host this summer. Abbott's office reacted, saying the changes are a step in the right direction to fully cooperate with DHS. One Houston council member referred to Abbott as a bully, wondering what he'll come for next.
Fox's Gernal Scott. 2 people are dead, 19 others sent to the hospital after a leak caused an explosion at a chemical plant in West Virginia, about 10 miles west of Charleston. Kanawha County Emergency Management Director C.W. Singman.
They're decommissioning the tank.
America's listening to Fox News.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com, 800-LifeLock, 1-800-LifeLock, or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. Ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
A federal appeals court blocks a California law requiring federal agents to wear some form of identification.
Signed into law last fall, the California measure bans federal immigration agents from wearing face coverings to conceal their identity while conducting operations and requires them to wear identification. The Trump administration suing in November, citing the risk to officer safety and arguing the state doesn't have the authority to regulate federal officers. A 3-judge panel of the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals agreeing, saying the law attempts to directly regulate the United States in its performance of governmental functions. The court granting the government's request for a temporary administrative injunction blocking the law from taking effect. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Prison time for a man convicted of swiping Kristi Noem's purse last year.
A federal judge sentenced a man to 3 years in prison after he stole a purse from then Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem while she dined with her family in Washington, D.C. Prosecutors say 50-year-old Mario Bustamante Leyva took Noem's handbag, which contained credit cards and about $3,000 in cash, without realizing who she was. Investigators later recovered the purse from his motel room. Bustamante Leyva, in the country illegally, pleaded guilty to multiple theft and fraud charges tied to other incidents, not the theft involving Noem, and now faces possible deportation. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
Congressman David Scott, a Georgia Democrat who was seeking his 13th term in Congress, has died. The congressman was the first black chairman of the House Agriculture Committee and most recently served as its ranking member. The congressman was once a leading voice for Democrats on farm and aid and policy food aid and a prominent member of the moderate Blue Dog Caucus. Though he faced criticism and concerns in recent years over his declining health, David Scott was 80. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast. Partly cloudy, warm tonight. Lows only falling into the mid-70s. Periods of clouds and sun for Thursday. Breezy in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 80s to mid-90s. Rinse and repeat for Friday, but mostly cloudy and humid too. Highs again in the upper 80s to mid-90s. Hot and humid Saturday with clouds and sun. Highs in the upper 80s to mid-90s. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Your winning partner is News Talk 710 KURV. We deliver real results with a powerful mix of radio, social media, promotions, and live endorsements from the Rio Grande Valley's most trusted influencers and on-air personalities. Your brand will be heard, seen, and connected everywhere. Our expert multimedia marketing team will build a strategy to make this your best summer yet. Call 956-992-8895 or visit radiounited.com and team up with News Talk 710 KURV for winning results this summer.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. Things are changing fast and no one knows what comes next. Times like these make you realize just how important it is to be prepared. That's where My Patriot Supply comes in. They're America's #1 most trusted resource for survival food, solar power, water filtration systems, and more. Go to preparewithamerica.com to unlock a special offer that'll help you get ready for whatever comes our way. Go to preparewithamerica.com to see the special offer right now. That's preparewithamerica.com.
Come experience larger-than-life luxury and design at Bird Ogden Infinity in Edinburgh. You're invited to come in and choose from a great selection of new Infinities available now. Drive your own 2026 Infinity QX60 for just $469 a month. And all Infinities come available with the Infinity Premium Care Maintenance Plan for 3 years. Experience luxury as it's meant to be at Bird Ogden Infinity on the corner of Alberta and Expressway 281 in Edinburgh. Shop from the entire line of Infinities online at birdogdeninfinity.com.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Thank you, Brownsville, and thank you, Rio Grande Valley, for listening today to News Talk 710 KURV, the Valley's official home for Fox News Radio. From the KURV Broadcast Center, this is the 956 Drive Home.
All right, we're doing this. Put on your seatbelt, check your mirrors. Let's begin.
Buckle up and get ready to talk about today's headlines and topics important to you. Here's Zach Cantu.
We got a party going on over here, and there's plenty of reasons to party. That's right, with the McAllen Chamber of Commerce at the actual building. It's a place, physical location. We are doing a live special broadcast here, your 956 Drive Home. I'm Zach Cantu, joined by Sergio Sanchez. And there's food, and we've got all this stuff for our chamber buddies here. And we're here for a really big reason. The 5-star accreditation for the McAllen Chamber of Commerce by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. if you can't connect the dots, that's a really big deal. We're going to find out what that means. What is a Chamber of Commerce anyway, right? We'll be talking about that on the show today. Let's see. I'm Zach with Sergio and Jorge Sanchez, who is the man who made the presentation for all of this that helped make this possible. Hey, we're a place and we're really cool and we deserve a five-star accreditation. So tell us what your title is, Jorge.
My title is Senior Vice President of Small Business and Innovation.
And so tell us about what is the process, like the application process for getting the 5-star accreditation?
Absolutely. Every 5 years, every chamber needs to renew their status with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And we do this through a very rigorous process. It takes 6 to 9 months process that takes 9 different sections. Actually, it's governance, finance, human resources, government affairs, program development, technology, communications, facilities. And then all of this, we put it together and we do a benchmarking process. So we collected all the data, all the information, all the pictures, all the newsletters, all the press releases, and we presented it to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and they came back with 5-star accreditation. Put this into perspective, there's more than 7,000 chambers of commerce in the nation. Only 29 of them in Texas are 5-star. We're one of them. We're the only one in the Rio Grande Valley. So only 2% of all chambers achieved that 5-star recognition, which is the highest in our industry.
That is incredible. The top 2%.
Top 2%, yes.
And so not only do we have to have all of those 9 sectors alive and well, but we need to be thriving and need to be adaptable for a 5-star accreditation, correct?
Exactly. And what's more thriving here is that every 5 years we do this benchmarking, right? So we report on what happened in the last 5 years, but we also set goals for the next 5 years. So last year we set some goals. Last benchmarking 5 years ago, we set some goals. 5 years later, we reached those goals, and now we're setting higher goals that we need to reach out if we want a 5-star accreditation in 5 years.
Joined by Jorge Sanchez on 710K, where we were talking about the application process for the 5-star accreditation that was received by the McAllen Chamber of Commerce.
As you can hear in the background, the celebration has started here at the McAllen Chamber. We have a collection of Chamber city leadership, business folks together, and in celebration of the 5-star rating for the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. Do you know if any might be putting you on the spot? You're just a little bit younger than I am. Do you know if any other chamber in the Valley has ever received this 5-star designation from the U.S. Chamber?
I know for a while Laredo used to have it, but not anymore. So I don't know if that's still valid. But
no, we count them. No,
no consensus from the table. No. That's
okay,
not
then the answer is no.
No, and eventually, I'm sure the U.S. Chamber figured out that they don't have any electricity or indoor plumbing in Laredo. So yeah, they probably lied on that application. Who is closest to us? San Antonio, Corpus? Who is that has the Chamber of Commerce?
It's San Antonio.
It's San Antonio.
Has one, Houston has one, Dallas has one. So mainly the big cities where they offer good programming and good community. That's what they have.
Do you know if
we had a weakness in the past that we've overcome to achieve this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's our finance, pretty much.
Really?
Yes. So basically, we have been always zero budgeting. Like our goal is to make $0. That way, all the money that we make goes back into our community, and we have been reaching that. However, our reserves were not as strong as they are right now. I think the new strategic vision, that the new leadership that the chamber has, it's amazing, and it's switched up like night and day our reality with the finances.
Had the McAllen Chamber applied before?
Yes, we have applied before, and we have received the 5-star accreditation before.
We have.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
When was the last time that we saw that? Do you
5 years ago?
Oh, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just maintaining it and accomplishing the goals that we put 5 years ago, and setting new goals for.
How does it help us? How does it help McAllen? How does it help businesses? How does it help recruitment? What is this 5-star designation from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce for our McAllen Chamber? What does it do for our community?
I think it gives us validation, first of all, that we're doing good work in our community, that we're bringing quality programs like 1 Million Cups, for example, that it's a national program, and the chamber took it, put their own stamp on it, and now in McAllen, we're leading a national en español program for 1 Million Cups, for example. So to answer your question, it's visibility of our programming at a national level. People look at those 5-star accredited chambers to see what they are doing. And then from there, they can learn and implement the programming themselves.
Jorge Sanchez, McAllen Chamber of Commerce, Senior Vice President, Small Business and Innovation. How long you been with the chamber?
11 years.
Okay, so you were here at the previous award.
Correct.
5 years ago. And of course, from year to year, as you apply for this. This 5-star designation.
Forward to it, but if you want to help, we have
how many man hours did you put into this presentation?
The application says 6 to 9 months rigorous process. We did it in a month and a half because of all the programming that we had. So in regards to hours, I lost track of it. There was a lot of nights that there was no sleep, but we made it happen. If I need to put a number into it, I would say 180 hours.
Are there any other prizes that come with it? Let's say the U.S. Chamber of Commerce will cut you a check for the local chamber, something like this. Are there any other prizes that come with it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
It will be lovely. Let me do some research in there. I'm going to invest a couple of those hours in seeing what prizes are out there, but no.
Was there an award ceremony? You went up to D.C. or it's coming up or what?
We are in talks to see if they can come down to one of our signature events and make a special appearance and presentation, but there's no award or ceremony.
You're a McAllen boy, right? You're from McAllen.
From McAllen, yes.
Yeah. Personally, what does this mean to you to achieve such an accolade?
It brings us a lot of pride that I see a lot of my friends be victims of that brain drain. They go to other cities for better chances. I see it all the way around. In quote unquote a small city, you have better chances at growing and having better opportunities and doing cool stuff like this, like getting recognitions that only big cities get.
I had asked you earlier about weaknesses that we had overcome, but I didn't ask you, what are we naturally good at that attracts that kind of 5-star accreditation?
The use of governance and technology, they really recognized us in the technology area. Some chambers are still struggling to figure out what AI means. And in our booths, we're taking AI and creating programming around it and giving it out to our community, like the McAllen Economic Summit. You guys were there. We're creating programs around artificial intelligence that chambers are just too slow to react on.
Really? And that's because you see it everywhere. It's to the point that people are getting sick of AI because it's being implemented so quickly. But there are some people that are still, or some areas that are still rejecting that. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Tell me about the governance part.
The governance part is more or less on the processes that we do internally to be able to have be financially sound and to have a process that they make sure that our processes are sound. That we're not just cashing checks and giving out money, that we have processes, signatures, and implementation of processes.
All right.
Jorge Sanchez is Senior Vice President, Small Business Innovation, McAllen Chamber of Commerce. You can hear the party atmosphere in the background. The drive home on 710 KURV, special broadcast. I'm Sergio Sanchez along with Zach Cantu. We are at the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, and the celebration today is for the 5-star rating bestowed on the McAllen Chamber on the part of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. 5-star rating. Is there a 4-star rating? Is there a 3-star rating like Uber? People give me 3 stars.
Does it go all the way down to 1 star, or
Really?
does it get cut off at 3? And we just don't want to, discourage anybody from
Yeah,
trying
it gets cut off at 3.
Oh, okay.
We have a couple of those chambers around. I'm not gonna say names, but you can go to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce website and look it up for yourself.
Honestly, we wouldn't want to know if there were 2 or 1 star anyway. So 3 is a good cutoff.
That
for
is
that.
savage.
Right. I'm happy that we got this. So where do we go from here with the 5-star? What does that empower us with?
Well, it gives us credibility on our programming, on our leadership, and on our people, our community. Because I think at the end of the day, we're showcasing that, yeah, we have great programming, we have great implementation of our programming, but we also have a great community that is taking advantage of these resources that its own chamber is putting out there.
Do they give us a plaque or something?
Yes, we do have a plaque.
Really?
Okay. That's something that we do get.
Crystal trophy, maybe?
I expected something more like impressive, but it's a nice
statue or a monument.
Yeah, exactly. I'll make some room
I'll
there.
take a plaque. I'm fine with that. The plaque is great. I love that.
A golden statue of Donald Trump, the CEO of America. 5 stars, like a Hollywood Walk of Fame. 5 stars outside of the chamber. You can put those on the ground as well.
So what's next for you?
What's next for us?
What are you working on?
Well, we are working on a program that we actually haven't even released. So you get first tips on this one. We call it Demo Day. So a Demo Day is short for Demonstration Day. We have a program that is called Innovation Texas, where we mentor entrepreneurs from idea into shelves. And then we help them get government contracts. So now they have been trained through all this process. Now we want to demonstrate to our community what these entrepreneurs have. And we're looking at June to do this Demo Day. And it's going to be a big party. This is nothing against what we are going to have in June. And these entrepreneurs will be able to secure funding for their projects.
I think we're running out of time for this segment. Sergio, I give you one question before we go. Go ahead.
No, what he was talking about reminded me of the previous administration of the chamber, where they would bring in innovators and inventors, right?
The INE network.
There we go.
And,
so this is a restart of something like that, right?
Yes, but we're putting it a little bit of steroids on it and making it greater.
In that case, steroids would be good. In that example. Congratulations, Jorge.
Thank you.
And as I said last hour, we know why we won. Primo, it's a Sanchez, Jorge Sanchez. You need a Sanchez to be a winner. So congratulations.
Gracias, Primo.
All right, bro.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Appreciate it. You're listening to 710 KURV with the McAllen Chamber of Commerce special live broadcast celebrating the 5-star accreditation given to the McAllen Chamber by the U.S. Chamber, and we'll be back with a lot more information about that and everything McAllen and the Rio Grande Valley coming up next on 710 KURV.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. Things are changing fast and no one knows what comes next. Times like these make you realize just how important it is to be prepared. That's where My Patriot Supply comes in. They're America's #1 most trusted resource for survival food, solar power, water filtration systems, and more. Go to preparewithamerica.com to unlock a special offer that'll help you get ready for whatever comes our way. Go to preparewithamerica.com to see the special offer right now. That's preparewithamerica.com.
Come into Genesis of Harlingen today and soak up the feeling of the dynamic yet elegant design and cutting-edge technology. Visit today and choose from a great selection like a 2026 Genesis GV70. Lease one today for $499 a month for 24 months. Come see where refined sophistication meets powerful innovation at Genesis of Harlingen at 8521 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen. Shop from the entire line of Genesis online at genesisofharlingen.com. Genesis of Harlingen, a Bert Ogden Auto Group dealership.
Orange Days are back at Amigo Power Equipment, Edinburgh and Monte Cristo. JP and Jeff at Amigo Power, they've got some awesome deals on this versatile, reliable equipment, Kubota. Whatever plans you have for your land, you can take care of it. Those ideas, those projects become a reality with the Kubota equipment. You can see today the entire inventory at Amigo Power Equipment Edinburgh. The powerful compact tractors, the zero-turn mowers, all the attachments, all those ideas for your land become a reality thanks to Kubota at Amigo Power Equipment. And with Orange Days, now through June 30th, Amigo Power Equipment, providing you 0% financing available on some of this equipment and save up to $5,500 off select compact tractors. You can get a lot more information at the website gokubota.com or just visit with JP and Jeff today. Again, 0% financing available if you qualify, and up to $5,500 off select compact tractors from Kubota now through June 30th at Amigo Power Equipment, Edinburgh on Monte Cristo.
Property taxes too high? For over 20 years, CAT Tax has helped thousands of property owners lower their property taxes. Don't fall for competitors who don't even have an office here or rely on AI. You can't even speak to them on the phone. It's time to call CAT Tax. Customers switching from a competitor can take advantage of our low 10% contingency fee and lock in savings for the next 2 years. CAT Tax is a local company, so when you call us, you'll talk to a real human right here in the Valley, ready to help you every step of the way. And the best part, you pay absolutely nothing unless CAT Tax saves you money. Come see the CAT Tax difference today and ditch the out-of-town companies you can never get a hold of. Ditch the AI and talk to a real person. New to protesting property taxes, you can join the CAT Tax family today for just a 20% contingency fee. CAT Tax is Valley-owned, Valley-operated, and proud to serve our community just like we have for the last 20 years. Best results, lowest fees, call CAT Tax today. 956-631-7283. That's 631-7283. Again, 631-7283.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Broadcasting from the Valley's commercial and fleet headquarters studio at PayneAutoGroup.com. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV.
Hey, happy Wednesday. You're listening to 710 KURV, your 956 drive home. I'm Zach Cantu. We're live on the road. I'm here with Sergio Sanchez, and we're with our loving family, our extended family at the McAllen Chamber of Commerce with a big party because they've got a 5-star accreditation handed to them by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. That's a huge deal. Now, if you don't know what a Chamber of Commerce is, what it does, how it works for its respective cities, we've got Liz Suarez of the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, who is beaming brightly at the idea of this 5-star accreditation. But for the people at home that have no idea how any of this works, what is a Chamber of Commerce? What do they do?
So, at the Chamber, the main priority is to be a support system for our small business community. It's to gather a united effort, a united voice to really promote what each of our vendors does, what each of our businesses does to serve this community. And a lot of the times, when you look at our economy, 90% of our market is driven by small business. That means that these businesses have less than 100 employees. And of that, about 60% have less than 10 employees. And so we're truly built on the back of the small business community.
So I don't want to interrupt you, but you said 90% of this is driven by small business, and 60% have less than 10 employees?
Correct. So we're truly a small business economy. What does that mean? That the chamber is especially important in a community like this. If you think of yourself as a small business having 10 employees, you don't have somebody that specializes in marketing. You don't have somebody that's watching what's happening at the state level for legislative affairs or at the federal level, or to gather your input or to speak on your behalf. You don't have anybody that's really invested in helping you to succeed and get ahead. And we also offer just a network of connections. One of the biggest opportunities for chamber members is to do business with each other. And I think all of this really makes the chamber so relevant in today's world when it's a lot harder. It's so many obstacles for small businesses to succeed. You need a support system, and that's what the Chamber of Commerce is.
So if I figure out this is something that I want to venture towards and start a small business, how do I become a member of the chamber?
We've got an array of programs. You want to look for the program that fits, go to the website, visit the website, take a look at the different tiers that we have. We have a menu of services that fits your needs. And so as it can be as small as a freemium membership where you're investing $300, and it can go all the way up to a corporate partnership when you're investing upwards of $25,000. There's something for everybody.
Give me a taste of what the tiers have to offer. What I would invest
Absolutely.
into.
You know, in our freemium tier, you're part of a network, you're part of a database. And so people that are wanting to look into the McAllen community and understand what are the businesses, you'll be registered in a directory, you will be part of that network, you'll be connected in our database, and you'll be able to pay and play. Whatever programs make sense, you'll pay your ticket, you participate. When you're a corporate partner, it's a whole other gamut. We're putting together a customized package. If you want to be part of the hosting, if you want to sponsor an event, if you want to take a group of your employees to the event, we will work with you to provide the service that you're looking for. I'll tell you that our events range from 200 guests to, we had close to 800 guests for our annual banquet this year. And so it's a real opportunity to connect with the strong business community that we have in McAllen and throughout the Rio Grande Valley. And so it's an awesome opportunity if you're in small business. And I'll tell you something else. Our people in the Valley, we're naturally entrepreneurial. And so a lot of the programming that we do at the Chamber, it's also to promote entrepreneurship, to inspire others to go for it. That napkin design that you drew, let's make it a real project, and let's teach you how you do that. And then let's teach you how you scale that into a manufacturing opportunity. And we've had some great success and some awesome success stories. And so the Chamber's real heartbeat is in that micro business entrepreneur and in that small business community. That's what we're about. At the end of the day, we're also a connector. And so it's making sure that this local government, that county government, city government understands what the small business needs are and are investing in programs that are important for them.
Elizabeth Suarez at the McAllen Chamber of Commerce joining us on 710 KURV. We're getting a deep dive into what a Chamber of Commerce does in light of their 5-star accreditation. And speaking of that, what avenues does this open up for the McAllen Chamber getting a 5-star accreditation? And how does that improve the relationship between us and the U.S. Chamber?
I'm going to tell you this is a big deal. I don't think people sometimes understand that. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce is very exclusive about how they afford the accreditations. The 5-star accreditation is their highest level of accreditation. It's a very robust process that we go through to showcase all of the programs. And so they look at our government relations program. They look at what we're doing to support economic development programming. They look at the entrepreneurship program. They look at our finances. They look at how are we engaged with our board. They study the board. They study the alignment of the board. And so it is a big deal. And what it speaks is to a standard that if you're going to do business with the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, you're doing business with a chamber that the U.S. Chamber of Commerce says, I vouch for them. I vouch for them. And not only do I vouch for them, I have gone through a process to certify that they are a top performing chamber, a group of chambers that only 2% in the country belong to. And so this is a big deal. I'll tell you, this is our Vince Lombardi trophy, right? We love to talk about football. The Cowboys didn't do it, but the Chamber brought it home this year. It's a big deal for us. And next year, the Cowboys will bring it home.
Oh, yeah, this is their year. Yeah, this is their year. Yeah.
Liz Suarez at the McAllen Chamber joining us right now. Sergio, I've been hogging the guest. I apologize. Go ahead.
Suarez is not only the director of the McAllen Chamber, but also the director of economic development. And you're hitting 1,000 so far this year. We're well into Q2 now, so just keep hitting 1,000. That means you need to bring for the next 3 quarters, every quarter, a tier 1 manufacturer, and I don't know, invent some 5-star prize every quarter from now on. Congratulations to you and your team. You have an amazing team here at the Chamber. The economic development team that you have has been on the ground working it really, really hard. These are very prosperous times for South Texas. So, and I've asked this before, So being the CEO, the chief of the EDC office, the chamber office, you get 2 parking lots because you'll need it for your double wide, extra long SUV with the 2 paychecks, right? The 2 paychecks that you receive.
Right.
On behalf
You know, McAllen's always very savvy with their money.
We have on the economic development side, because of Valio and the state-of-the-art electronic manufacturer, this assembly line, this big prize for the area, there are other potential big announcements because other industries, tier 2, they need to feed into this. That's more jobs. You see some of that coming up this year because they're building this new facility, this tier 1, really fast.
They are, and I'll tell you that Valio and that announcement, that's what we're using to catapult the conversation in the industry that McAllen is ready to do business, that our doors are wide open. And, you know, even sitting with industry experts, this last week, Ralph and I met with MEMA, which is the big industrial corporation that represents, it's like the Chamber of Commerce for the automotive industry. And sitting with the folks from DC, they're just dumbfounded by how fast we were able to really capitalize on this deal. They're excited. They hadn't looked towards South Texas. They now are. They're telling me that Valio is one of the top 5 tier 1 suppliers in the industry. It's not just any company. It's a very reputable company. They do business long term. They build long-term relationships. And they're connected to every automotive OEM. So we understand. And I'll tell you what, I've known each other for the span of my career. I have been serving in this market for 26 years. Today at an event, I looked in the audience. I see Jim Darling. I see Judge Cortez. I see all our leaders. I think of Leo Montalvo. I started my career under his tenure. Talking to Tony Aguirre last night. You know, this community has been working towards this. It feels like, oh, we have a new CEO, we have a new, a new program change, and we landed new opportunity. No, this has been in the works. Generation after generation, strong leadership. We've been working on infrastructure development. We've been working on building momentum with the workforce development overnight. This community has been engaged, has been invested, and this is the fruit that they've borne. And so we are excited. Tonight we celebrate all of this accomplishment. We celebrate our community and all of the leaders. And you know, I've worked in government. Now I'm on the nonprofit side serving industry and small business. The secret sauce here, it's them. It's small business and industry. That they're at the table, that they're working hand in hand with government. And that's why tonight we celebrate big.
More great news to come from the county, from the Economic Development Office, but also from our neighbors that also it's like a fireworks show and the apex of the show. Everything's just exploding at the same time. Brownsville, the ports, Boca Chica, Starbase, Harlingen, Edinburgh, West. Everybody has something. And what mission with the industry coming here? It's like a wonderful fireworks show of prosperity taking place, and we know more is on the way. We look forward to more conversations. Congratulations!
Thank you
on the 5-star rating.
Thank you.
So you're gonna get like a tattoo, like a 5-star tattoo.
Maybe a 5 diamond ring if my husband will swing for it.
Put it in the budget.
Classic.
Put it in the budget.
Classic.
Hey, no girl turns down a diamond.
Well, thank you for having us over, Liz.
Thank you.
We enjoyed the time. Thank you so much. Elizabeth Suarez, head of the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, joining us on 710 KURV. Lots more as we celebrate the 5-star accreditation for the Chamber of Commerce, from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, up next on your 956 Drive Home.
This is your Financial Planning Minute. I'm Dave Barnes, Certified Financial Planner with Ameriprise Financial in McAllen. A will is the cornerstone of any estate plan. Everyone should have a will. You can leave property by will in 2 ways: specific bequests and general bequests. A specific bequest directs a particular piece of property to a particular person. A general bequest is typically a percentage of property or property that's left over after all specific bequests have been made. Non-probate property, like assets with a beneficiary designation, jointly owned property with rights of survivorship, or property held in trust, will not be acted upon by a will. A will can distribute property according to your wishes, name an executor to settle your estate, name a guardian for minor children, or create a trust. Be sure to talk to a qualified attorney about preparing a will. If you have questions, give me a call at 772-4200 or toll free 877-377-7555. I'm Dave Barnes of Ameriprise Financial.
Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org.
Come into Volvo Cars Edinburgh today and find the Volvo that's right for you. Shop from a great selection of Volvos today. Get comfortable in the incredible new 2026 Volvo XC40 with all the technology and innovation that makes the Volvo brand stand out from the rest. Lease one today for just $399 a month. That's right, $399 a month. We shop the competition so you don't have to at Volvo Cars Edinburgh, a Bird Ogden Auto Group dealership. Dale gas!
Joyce's International Boutique Facebook Live. Go with Joyce Cruise Travel and Gracias a Dios Home Care Provider Service presents
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends.
An Evening with Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. Through incredible modern technology returns Keith Emerson and Greg Lake to the concert stage alongside Carl Palmer's ELP Legacy Live, performing completely in sync on stage.
Ooh, what a lucky man he was.
This is not a tribute show. This is the real thing. Friday, May 1st at the Payne Arena. Reserve tickets starting at only $25 plus fees. Tickets available at the Payne Arena box office and online with Ticketmaster. VIP and Q&As available by calling 358-2755. Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. Come be a part of history. The ultimate ELP experience.
In the Rio Grande Valley, 18-wheeler traffic is heavier than anywhere else in Texas. So if you're involved in an accident, know that big insurance companies will not play fair because they only care about profits, not your health, not the costs you have incurred, and certainly not your pain and suffering. So if you're involved in an 18-wheeler accident, we will stop insurance companies from taking advantage of you. 1-800-CAR-CRUNCH.
The J. Gonzalez Law Firm, a force for justice.
Looking for equipment you can trust from a name that's stood strong for more than 50 years? Rivetta's Machinery has been serving the Rio Grande Valley since it was founded by Tomas Rivetta, a man who built his business on hard work, firm handshakes, and treating every customer like family. Today, his grandson Thomas carries that same name and that same commitment forward. 3 generations strong and still family owned. They're your trusted Coyote dealer, offering the full lineup of Coyote equipment. Powerful Coyote tractors built tough for Texas land, heavy-duty skid steers, smooth-cutting zero-turn mowers, and rugged utility vehicles. Equipment that's built to work as hard as you do. And here's the best part. Right now, with credit approval, they're offering 0% interest financing on all Coyote equipment, making it easier than ever to put a brand new Coyote to work on your property. From Tomas to Thomas, the tradition continues. So join the tradition of family service, hard work, and dependable Coyote equipment. Rivetta's Machinery, 3 generations strong, your hometown Coyote dealer in Donna. See dealer for full details.
Our mom accomplished so much in her life. She was a great mother, wife, and school teacher. She amazed so many. When we lost her, we were so very sad, but comforted that she had pre-planned her funeral with the fine people at McAllen Funeral Home. A live celebration would tell her big story.
Hi, I am Carla McCaleb. Along with my husband Mark and our caring staff, we know we are in the healing business because we hear it from families we serve. Please read our reviews about our life celebrations and fair and transparent prices for unmatched service and how we lift people up with our healing care and compassion, celebrating lives since 1963.
The Valley's only life celebration home. To learn more about the choices you can make now so a future funeral becomes more of a celebration of life, call Carla at 956-650-2841, 956-650-2841, or visit their website, McCalebFuneralHome.com. Hair volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. The U.S. military is still blockading the Strait of Hormuz. Iran had seized 3 ships there this morning, which White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt called piracy. She tells Fox the regime is desperate and on the brink of collapse.
We are strangling their main source of revenue. They can't pay their own people. They're losing $500 million every single day. Karg Island is completely full of oil because they can't transport it to and from. So the president, the cards are in his hands.
Senate Republicans working on a reconciliation package to fund ICE and Border Patrol as Homeland Security is still partially shut down. Florida Republican Senator Rick Scott on Fox Business.
If we do the things we need to do, that's going to take weeks, maybe months to get done. We've got to get this done now because Homeland Security, ICE, and CBP will not have funding within a few weeks, maybe by the end of this month.
Democrats demanding reforms to ICE and Border Patrol. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast. Partly cloudy, warm tonight. Lows only falling into the mid-70s. Periods of clouds and sun for Thursday. Breezy in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 80s to mid-90s. Rinse and repeat for Friday, but mostly cloudy and humid too. Highs again in the upper 80s to mid-90s. Hot and humid Saturday with clouds and sun. Highs in the upper 80s to mid-90s. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Our call letters, KURV. Our frequency, 710 AM. Our specialty, news and talk. News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
It's a great Wednesday here at 710 KURV. It's got a special edition with Zach Cantu and Sergio Sanchez. We're at the McAllen Chamber, right next to the food trucks. Right next to the food trucks. Prime location.
Yeah.
Prime location.
When do they fire up the grill that you can start smelling like the fajitas of the grill? I wonder.
I bet when we walk out today, I bet they're probably cleaning the grills right now and getting everything started. I'm Zach Cantu, joined by Sergio Sanchez. We're celebrating with the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, the 5-star accreditation from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And joining us right now is our McAllen Commissioner for District Number 6, is Pepe, and he joins us now. Tell us about your district. Where is your district at?
How you doing, guys? It's good to see you, and thank you for having me in your show. So pretty much District 6 goes from between 10th Street and Jackson Road, Nolana to the north, all the way to the city of Hidalgo, which is Dicker Road. So it's one of the largest districts in the city of McAllen. It's the most populated district for sure in the city of McAllen. So very proud to go ahead and represent all the people, but we make all the decisions for the city as a whole.
What's the latest out of your district? What are y'all working on?
Okay, so in my district, Quinta Mazatlan, the Center for Urban Economy, is now almost finished. It's a state-of-the-art facility in partnership with UTRGV and McAllen ISD, HEB, and some other people. And man, it's going to be something that is going to be a game changer for McAllen. First, as a destination city, because it's something that people that visit McAllen can take their kids or go by their own and discover. And also it's something for the schools, where it's going to be some research and it's going to be some educational aspects of it. So it's going to be tremendously awesome.
Looking forward to it. Go ahead, Sergio.
Between District 6, which you mentioned Quinta, which is 10th Street, is 10th Street the dividing line between the next district, or is that Bicentennial, or even further west of there? What is that?
Mine is narrow 10th Street.
All of 10th Street and
all of 10th Street all the way
east.
to Nolana.
Right?
Yes. Okay. The airport is Commissioner Castillo's district, yes.
Okay, so
and the mall is also Commissioner Castillo's district.
There we go.
It's right outside. It feels like it's mine because I actually live 2 blocks from there. But it's District 4, actually.
Having the most populous district for the city of McAllen, have you run the numbers, having the most businesses, small businesses? Because a lot of the conversation today has been on how small businesses.
They have a lot of businesses because the big corridors that they have. So 10th Street, in one side is mine, but the other side is District 4. Sometimes it's District 5, because they are the ones that cut.
Yeah.
Into it.
The 5-star rating from the U.S. Chamber, for the McAllen Chamber.
Awesome.
What does it mean for the city in your mind?
Well, it means everything because let's remember that the Chambers of Commerce and the EDCs and the city works together. We work as one group, so they're not part of the city, but we do support them. They have their own board, they have their own budget, have their own stuff, and we work together. Our accreditation from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce to the city of McAllen is tremendously. Why? Because it shows you, the good stewards that the chamber is in the city of McAllen and in South Texas. And also it tells you how awesome the economy in McAllen is. And at the end of the day, we've been top 10 in different national levels on affordability, on business, on growing. So I don't say this, it's things that are out there in different.
Well, just to put it into perspective, we've had several conversations with many of our neighbors, the communities in the area. Everybody do the state of the city address or catching up to speed. Like some everybody's growing, everybody's expanding.
Yes.
Some of the more mid-sized, by our values, it's mid-sized communities. They're growing very fast. Saying, yeah, we hit the $1 billion sales mark, taxable sales. Well, in McAllen, we've hit almost the $1 billion sales tax collected. Yes. It's amazing how quickly everything is growing around here.
Yes, it's comparison. Let's say March of 2025 to March of 2026, we had an increase of about 5% on sales tax revenue. Mm-hmm. So that tells you how the economy of McAllen is going. And I remember back then when we had the COVID incident, we remember that they closed the bridges. So people cannot come. Because remember that everybody said McAllen, it depends heavily and almost all of it on the Mexican nationals, which we do in some part, but not anymore. We are sustainable. We saw that during COVID when they opened the bridges, the comparison, sales tax, and it was very similar. So that told us that we could go ahead and hold our own. And of course, we're always going to welcome the Mexican nationals to come and expand their money here in the city of McAllen and in South Texas.
Tell us more about that ratio, the Mexican nationals to schools running around and shopping.
So back in the days, it was I'll say probably 50%, 40%, of the money that we used to get in the city of McAllen. That was before my times. Of course, I learned it during COVID because this is when I got elected, actually. And now it's I'll say a good 20 to 30, still strong. And that's what exactly makes McAllen a very strong community and in retail, because we have our own people and the visitors of McAllen, because the visitors is not always from Mexico. We have visitors from Weslaco, Donna, Alamo, San Juan, Barr, Edinburgh, Hidalgo. I mean, remember that all those cities come to McAllen, for work or for entertainment, and they spend their money over here. I do too in their cities sometimes when I'm visiting. We want to be reciprocal, but it's very awesome.
Yeah, I need a burger, right? I'm here.
Exactly. I'm already in Edinburgh. I'll spend it over there. I mean, I work for Commissioner David Fuentes, for instance, over there in Hidalgo County, Precinct 1, and my office is in Weslaco. So my sales tax dollars are in Weslaco or Donna or Mercedes, and then my property taxes over here in McAllen.
Yeah, somebody mentioned Edinburgh, McAllen. Much of it going to Starlight Burgers, both locations.
Oh my God, they're good, right?
McAllen, yeah. District 6 Commissioner Pepe Cabeza de Vaca. We're broadcasting the special edition of the Drive Home from the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, and through these doors, we got a lot of local folks, business, and local leadership. We're celebrating the 5-star rating from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce that bestowed on the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. How do you see this helping in recruitment and business development, and providing better training, technologically speaking? Like
definitely.
AI, all those
no,
things.
definitely, because at the end of the day, when you get these kind of accreditations, people trust. And it gives them the panorama of what they're doing or what the chamber is doing right now. So you get this accreditation, it tells the people out there, hey, they're doing a good job, and that gives you the trust. So more people is going to go ahead and trust the Chamber of Commerce in McAllen, and have more businesses, more members, and grow. more. I mean, at the end of the day, as you know, McAllen is the leader of South Texas. We will continue to do so, and that's in hand with the McAllen Economic Development Corporation and, of course, McAllen Chamber of Commerce.
All right. Thank you, Pepe, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
District 6 Commissioner for the City of McAllen, Pepe Cabeza de Vaca.
You're listening to 710 KURV, your 956 drive home, and we're celebrating the 5-star accreditation with the McAllen Chamber of Commerce by the U.S. Chamber, and we'll be back with more coming up after this.
Thank you, brother. Good to see you, brother.
Coming up after the 956 drive home with Zach Cantu, it's the Michael Berry Show at 6, followed by the Scott Jennings Show at 8 on News Talk 710, KURV, and on the Radio Parmy app.
The true meaning of caring is feeling and showing concern, compassion, and kindness for others. It's been said, there is no exercise better for the heart than reaching down and lifting people up. At McAllen Funeral Home, it's what drives us.
Hi, I am Carla McAllen. Along with my husband Mark and our caring staff, we know we are in the healing business because we hear it from families we serve. Please read our reviews about our life celebrations and fair and transparent prices for unmatched service and how we lift people up with our healing care and compassion, celebrating lives since 1963.
The Valley's only life celebration home. To learn more about the choices you can make now so a future funeral becomes more of a celebration of life, call Carla at 956-650-2841, 956-650-2841, or visit their website, McCalebfuneralhome.com.
You don't have a weight problem. You got a body that's in survival mode. No medication, crash diet, or app is going to fix that. Hey, look, the GLP-1 drugs are exploding in popularity, and for some, they're a useful tool, but they don't address why your body started storing fat in the first place. At PhD Weight Loss, they treat unwanted weight as a symptom, a signal that your metabolism, hormones, and stress response need attention. When those get corrected, the weight comes off naturally and it stays off. They're not just helping you lose weight, they're helping you increase health span and extend longevity. I lost 53 pounds on the program and I kept it off. Right now, call PhD Weight Loss, mention Mike G. We'll get you 2 free weeks in the program and they'll pay for your food. That's a $1,500 value completely free. Call 864-644-1900 and mention Mike G. 864-644-1900, mention Mike G. Or go to myphdweightloss.com. myphdweightloss.com. No more guessing, no more short-term fixes, just a smarter way forward.
For the latest news
happening now,
and to find out what's happening in rich, clear audio, just say, Alexa, play 710 KURV.
I'm Zach Cantu, and so can you. Joined by Sergio Sanchez on the road. This edition of your 956 Drive Home. We're at the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, celebrating their 5-star accreditation by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. We spent 2 hours talking about how this is a really big deal. And I'm glad we got to take some time and talk about what the Chamber of Commerce is and what it does, because, I mean, it's one of those things that you hear about it all the time, but it just sounds businessy. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds businessy, and you don't know what that business is until you get the proper breakdown and explanation of what it does for our community here and how all of the small businesses tend to come together. And just like Liz Suarez had said, the head of the McAllen Chamber, hey, 90% of these businesses make up, or they're all small businesses that make up the McAllen Chamber, and 60% of them are businesses with less than 10 people in it. But we got lots of stuff coming up here. Sergio Sanchez has plenty going on for the rest of the week. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, for for tomorrow, we will be, Lord willing, we'll be at the DHR, beautiful conference center at the DHR campus. The Edinburgh Economic Development Office is holding a business playbook seminar. But some guy named Emmett Smith, I guess he played foosball at one time. Emmett Smith, cowboy great. Yes, I'm sorry, Edinburgh. We'll be with you tomorrow. Rioplex and the Edinburgh Chamber getting us out there. Yeah, I have to say that as the Dallas Cowboy fan hating society chairman for that.
You're going to ask him if he's consulting for Jerry?
He should just buy the team. Maybe they can start winning it. And U of H, big news from U of H. University of Houston with DHR, they're going to be building a huge research facility. That event taking place tomorrow. They're moving dirt on that. So listen to KURV for conversations related to that.